The ruler of Karusha, due to the flattery of his subjects, foolishly began thinking that he was the supreme ruler of the entire world. He decided to send a messenger to Lord Krishna at Dwaraka. The messenger arrived at Lord Krishna's royal assembly and began relaying the message to him.
My lord, there is a message for you from King Paundraka. Please permit me to read it before you.
Please go ahead.
I am the one and only Lord Vasudeva, and there is no other person greater than me. It is I who has descended to this world to show mercy to all living beings. Therefore, give up your false name, Krishna. Give up my personal symbols which you carry out of foolishness. Acknowledge me as your ruler. If you do not, then you will have to face me in a fierce battle.
King Ugrasena and other members of the assembly laughed loudly when they heard this vain boast of King Paundaraka.
Tell your foolish king that I will be glad to fight with him. When I am done with him, his face will be covered by vultures, herons and birds, and he will be in the shelter of dogs.
The messenger conveyed Lord Krishna's reply to his master. Lord Krishna then mounted his chariot and went towards Kasi. Upon observing Lord Krishna's preparations for battle, the mighty warrior Paundaraka quickly went out of the city with 2 full military divisions, followed by the king of Kasi, his close friend. Lord Krishna saw that Paundaraka was carrying the Lord's own insignia and was dressed exactly like him with the conch shell, his disc, his sword and club, and also an imitation saranga bow and Srivatsa mark. He wore a mock Kaustubha gem decorated with a garland of forest flowers and was dressed in upper and lower garments with fine yellow silk. His banner bore the image of Garuda, and he wore a valuable crown with gleaming, shark-shaped earrings.
How dared this king dress up in exact imitation of my own appearance? What is he trying to achieve?
The enemies of Lord Hari attacked him with tridents, clubs, bludgeons, pikes, rishtis, barbed darts, lances, swords, axes, and arrows. But Lord Krishna fiercely struck back at Paundaraka's and Kasiraja's army of elephants, cavalry, infantry and charioteers with his club, sword, Sudarsana disc and arrows.
Paundraka, I will now attack you with the very same weapons you dared to speak about. Renounce my name, which you have falsely assumed.
Lord Krishna destroyed Paundaraka's chariot with his sharp arrows. He then cut off his head with the Sudarsana disc. In one quick movement, Lord Krishna similarly severed Kasiraja's head from his body. Having thus killed envious Paundaraka and his ally, Lord Krishna returned to Dwaraka. As he entered the city, the Siddhas of heaven chanted his praises.
What is this? Whose head is it?
When they recognized it as the head of their king, the Lord of Kasi, his queens, sons and other relatives, along with all the citizens of the city, began to cry pitifully.
Alas, my lord, who has killed you?
Only by killing my father's murderer can I avenge his death.
Sudakshana, together with his priests, began worshipping Lord Maheshwara with great attention. Satisfied by the worship, the powerful Lord Shiva appeared to them and asked them what boon he could grant them. The prince asked for a means to slay his father's killer as his boon.
Along with the Brahmanas, serve the Dakshinagni fire. The Dakshinagni fire will fulfill your desire if you direct it against someone who is an enemy of the Brahmanas.
So Dakshina started offering prayers to the Dakshinagni fire. The fire rose up out of the altar pit and assumed the form of an extremely fearsome, naked person. The fiery creature's beard and hair were like molten copper, and his eyes were like blazing hot cinders. His face looked most frightful with its fangs and terrible arched and furrowed brows. As he licked the corners of his mouth with his tongue, he shook his flaming trident. On legs as tall as palm trees, the monster raced towards Dwaraka in the company of ghostly spirits, shaking the ground and burning the world in all directions.
O Lord of the three worlds, save us from this fire burning up the city.
Do not fear, I shall protect you.
To defeat the demon, Krishna dispatched his disc weapon. Sudarsana, the disc weapon of Lord Krishna, blazed forth like a million suns. The fiery creature, produced by black magic, turned his face away and retreated. The demon then returned to Varanasi, where he surrounded the city and then burned Sudakshana and his priests to death, even though Sudakshana was his creator. Lord Vishnu's disc also entered Varanasi in pursuit of the fiery demon and proceeded to burn the city to the ground. After burning down the entire city of Varanasi, Lord Vishnu's Sudarshana Chakra returned to Lord Krishna. Any mortal who recounts this heroic pastime of Lord Krishna or who simply hears it attentively will become free from all sins. The demon Vrika, the son of Shakuni, once met Narada on the road.